Welcome to Discussing Dad Life, where we break down bullshit so you don't have to. I'm Void, this is No, and let's go.
Welcome to Wellspring Wednesdays. So, I'm running solo, and I wanted to talk mainly about mental health in men. Kind of covered this a little bit before with Moo. But one thing men definitely are struggling with in this day and age is the fact that our biological needs of being the provider, puts a lot of puts a lot of strain on us, right? The simple fact that when men are in relationships, we do everything we can to provide for that relationship. And where I'm going with this is personal history, definitely has some stuff to play with it, and being able to work through that is definitely needed. So what I mean by that is men want to feel worthy. Men want to feel like we're needed. So when you're in a relationship and you're made to feel unworthy, you tend to let yourself go, right? And that's not good. And then unbeknownst to me, while entering into a new relationship, having that actually come back into play where the relationship is healthy, yet the feeling of being unworthy is still there because you were told for so long that you were unworthy, that everything you did was a mistake, and now you have to sit here and play. Not play, but like you have to sit here and reevaluate yourself, right? Not gonna lie, when I got divorced, I did not actually expect to enter into another relationship. I thought I was just going to do me, and I was completely comfortable with that. I felt in control. I felt confident. I did me, and I was happy. Then life happens and things happen, and the past definitely does affect the future. And you can't let it. What I'm trying to get at here is men, you need to work on yourself. You need to get yourself better. Sometimes that's talking to someone that is a professional that will be able to give you a hand in knowing, in kind of ascertaining some of the past issues and being able to move past that. Sometimes that's just going out and having a drink with your buddies, right? I mean, there's different levels of everything. One thing I realize is I am worthy. I'm a pretty good guy, I think. I'm told by close friends, people that care about me, that I'm a pretty good guy. And I definitely am working on getting out of that mindset of potentially I'm not worthy, because I am. So men you guys need to work on yourselves, right? You can't let your thoughts affect your kids. Can't let your thoughts affect your relationships. We all have issues in our past. They make us who we are today. Can't fault anything for if you didn't go through some of the trials in the past, you wouldn't be where you are at today. So make sure you realize that you are on your path. You're worthy of being on that path. You need to work on getting your money up. You need to work on getting yourself in shape. You need to work on maintaining healthy relationships. You need to work on spending time with the kids. You know, I want to move into the simple fact that our society today is plagued with divorce, plagued with families being separated. Luckily, in mine, my children and I are able to spend a fair amount of time together. But anytime a relationship devolves that has children in it, there's obviously a sacrifice in time, which is unfortunate. I know Moo has been excited that I've been able to spend more time with her. And she's getting older and is doing sports and stuff. Being able to go over and see her games, seeing her improvements in her volleyball is definitely something I'm very proud of. She's a pretty amazing kid. And while my youngest is, you know, he's only 5, and he sits there and I personally love like 5, 6, 7 years old. That's the best time in my opinion. 4 to 7 in that range, just because they still look at you with admiration. You know, and my oldest is a teenager. And we all know how teenagers can be. We've all been teenagers. We all went through the hormones, the changes, the attitudes, the everything. The main message is making sure that you as a father are working on yourself, are being able to provide for your children, your family, for those that you care about. And while doing all that, making sure you don't get stuck with the burdens. I posted on Facebook the other day something that really rings true with me, which is I didn't realize how well a queen standing next to her king actually supports you. It's nuts when you have an encouragement standing next to you, how well you can make changes and how well your life can improve. And you need to make sure that while they're doing that for you, you're doing what you can for yourself as well, so that way you don't put burdens onto them. Relationships are interesting things, and men need to make sure that we are taking care of our own mental health in order to not toxify that relationship and to make any issues in it. So I am really proud of Moo. She makes these candles, candletime2022@gmail.com if you want one. We have 4 cents. This is a hobby that she wanted to do, and I wanted to make sure she learned some valuable life skills, which is, you know, figuring out how much the cost of goods are, making sure she can price herself right to pay herself properly. Unfortunately, Biden's economy has made everything more expensive, and it's just nuts. So, check out Monday's episode on that. Most Americans are not feeling like this economy is amazing, like the mainstream media is trying to portray it to be. Yeah. I encourage any father out there that is struggling. I can't say that all men should have self-doubt. But I think most men do have self-doubt that are we living up to the expectations that are thrust upon us? Since the dawn of time, since man's been around, men have needed to be the provider, the protector, the hunter, the gatherer. And that's due to a biological standpoint, which is we cannot carry children. We do not propagate the society. Women do. And our role is to make sure that the women that are propagating the society are taken care of, which is why we have such a innate desire to be that provider, that provisioner, that protector. It's hard when we can't do it. It's hard when we care about someone and we want to make sure they're protected and we can't, per se. I know it drives me bonkers. I worry about my kids a lot when they're not with me. Not that I don't trust their mom, just that, they're my children. I want to make sure they're cared for and that they are living a good life and are learning what they need to learn in order to be successful in life. So it is what it is. Men are very important in child's development. We, as much as this is a taboo topic these days, there are gender roles. There are main roles that each parent fulfills. The nurturing quality, the loving, caring nature that a mom gives to her children is completely different than the caring, loving nature that the father does. Fathers typically outline reality and institute consequences so the children learn, whereas the mother is more of a comforting encouragement, right? So you need both sides of that coin in order to produce a healthy child. It's amazing what our society has kind of devolved into. It's very important to make sure that you're spending time with your children. It's very important that you care, you love, and you put in time and effort with your children. I know that sometimes life happens and you're forced to be taken away from your children, and it's hard. It is definitely hard. A lot of dads don't get to see their children all that often, unfortunately, in our society. And sometimes, life gets in the way and you have to make decisions that pull you away from your children because another important aspect of your life it requires it. And obviously you don't want to just sit here willy-nilly and do whatever you want and make decisions that affect everyone, that, you affect you and the kids. You want to make sure that you're thinking about everything through and determining, right? So what's in the best course, best, what's best for the children and everything. Sorry, it's a little bit of a rambling subject today. Making sure you're on point, making sure you're putting in the time where you need to put in the time. Focus on your own mental health, focus on your children, focus on getting your money up. These are all things that need to happen. And I know society likes to man bash right now, but men definitely are very important to society. And we need to make sure that we're doing everything in our power to continue having a good society for our children's sake and for the women that we love in our lives. We need to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves too. That's the important thing. Take care of yourself. Everything else will fall into place if you take care of yourself. So, yep. Quick shout out to Moo and her candle time business. Very fortunate that I get to be a part of it, and I'm excited to see how she grows with it. Till next time, peace. Thank you for watching. Please give us a like, share, and subscribe. Till then, peace.